Hey, so I have a great product, but I'm not getting the clicks that I should be getting. And because I'm not getting those clicks, I'm losing the sales that I should be getting.
Dave, did you know that there are 5 factors that encourage shoppers to click on your listing? Your main image, price, title, reviews, and Amazon badges. And what if I told you that out of these 5 factors, you can only control 2 of them? Can you guess which ones?
So the price is determined by the market. The reviews are determined by the experience of the customer.
Right.
And Amazon uses its system to award its badges. So the 2 that are in my control have to be the title and the main image.
That's right. Use your title wisely, but most importantly, your main image should grab the attention of your audience and get them interested enough to click on your listing. When shoppers are searching and clicking through search results, the first thing they notice is your main image. So, what should be the goal for your main image? Number 1, it should get the attention of your shoppers. Number 2, it should clearly explain what your product is. Number 3, it should get the attention and curiosity of your shopper so they want to know more about your product. And lastly, number 4, shoppers should click on your listing. Let me show you some strategies that will help you achieve all 4 of those goals. Let's get started. Add a label to your product packaging to give some important information to your audience. Information that your audience may be looking for or information that may help you set yourself apart from your competition. For example, we added a label to the product packaging showing that it has 25 grams of protein and B, it's unflavored. So this is the kind of information that shoppers in this product category were looking for. So take this as an example and try to gauge what your shoppers want to know about your product. So here's a tip for all of those who are launching a new product. Try to come up with a product or packaging design that will contribute to more clicks. Again, incorporating some important information on your packaging is one of those ways to get more clicks. Now, you may be wondering, what if I don't have a product packaging? Or what if I have packaging but it's not good enough to showcase in your main image? Rest easy because this strategy works for all kinds of products. Take this set of 3 cutting boards, for example. It doesn't come in this kind of packaging, but the seller has used their creative label placement to create an illusion of packaging to make sure that their main image stands out in all its glory. If you're using a model for your photo shoot, then show your model using your product alongside an image of the product alone. Look at how easy it has become to understand the product just by adding a model to the equation. Let's say that you're not using a model for your photo shoot or it just doesn't make sense to hire a model for the kind of product that you have. Then simply showcase your product in action. Sometimes having a picture of a product alone is not enough to portray what the product is or what its use case is. So in that case, showing its use can get the attention of people, and in return, only relevant and interested people will click on your listing. A lot of us have variations of our products, and one of the most common variations is a color variation. The traditional way to showcase a color variation is by including some colored icons in your main image. But instead, try showing pictures that illustrate the variation of your product. And go ahead and design your child ASINs in a similar manner. Design the main images of your child ASINs in a similar manner. This will make your images stand out a lot more and also showcase what the product really is and give your audience a better visual. The Kaizen strategy means making continuous improvements and updating your content on a regular basis in order to not be left behind by your competitors. Let's take this particular product, it's an iPad, let's take it through the Kaizen process to see what we can create. So we're starting off with an iPad on a plain background. It has some nice lighting and shadows that make the image pop. Now, if I want to take it a step further and improve this image, maybe I will 3D render it to give it that uniform and cleaner look. And it's also a great product for 3D rendering because one, it's a technology product, two, it has reflective surface, so it'll make for a great match for 3D rendering. Now, let's try adding a wallpaper to this image to add in a pop of color and to take it a notch up. In the Kaizen strategy, you always keep working on your main images in order to optimize it to its highest possible potential. And what's even cooler is that not only can you add a pop of color, you can also add in some unique selling points. Again, kind of like labeling the product on the inside screen. So shoppers this way can get additional information that can help them make that decision faster. I have to say, it's hard for me to believe that we can make this any better, but I gave this to our designers team and here is what they came up with. Holy smokes, this is amazing. The graphic inside the screen now has a 3D effect, which is a great strategy on its own, by the way. Having graphics within certain products like a phone or a laptop or an iPad and giving it that 3D effect. Also, it's added a pop of color. It's gorgeous, guys. These are strategies on their own in isolation. So try to use these ideas to really, take your main images to their highest possible potential. Now, take a look at these 3 images. We previously did a poll to determine what the best image may be and which image people will click on the most when given these 3 options. This poll was done in our office and a lot of people in our office either went for option A or option B. What was followed by this was a PickFu poll, and guess what the results were? Based on this poll, the picture that got the most votes were option C. Can you guess why? The reason was that a lot of people were able to see the product more clearly and from multiple angles. So if you want to check out this video, make sure to click the link above and see the full version of it. So showing off your product in multiple angles across multiple use cases will make the customer more interested in your product, and also they'll be more likely to click on it because they can now see most of the benefits displayed right on the main image. If there's any takeaway I had from this poll, it was that the more angles you show, the better it is. When it comes to packaging and presentation, the way you package your product can make a huge impact on how much money people are willing to spend on your product. If your product packaging is better than your competitors or just designed nicely, or if there's some kind of a special feature like an envelope with an insert that makes unboxing feel luxurious, then make sure that you showcase that because customers will most likely be willing to pay a little extra for this kind of a product. Since we're already on the topic of main images, there's no way that I can miss out a mention of 3D rendering. 3D rendering is the best solution for reflective, transparent, or plastic products. And as you may have noticed, some niches do heavily rely on this particular technique. And if you happen to be in one of those niches, you have no choice but to get 3D renders of your product. That is, if you want to compete closely with some of your top competitors. And lastly, split test, guys. I cannot emphasize the importance of this enough. As sellers, we know a lot about our products and we usually make some good decisions based on that knowledge. That being said, we are still sellers. And that comes with its own set of biases. So it's difficult to gauge what your audience would want to see in your main image in order for them to then click on your listing. Which is why I highly recommend doing a split test on your main images. No matter how great your images look, split testing different concepts can help you make data-driven decisions. Even if that data results in a small percentage increase in your CDR, it still can be a game changer. If, let's say, a seller is making $100K a month, and with the use of split testing, they get even a 3% bump in their CDR, click-through rate, that comes down to an additional $3,000 a month. So it's not a small amount, can make a huge difference in the numbers. So use these strategies to get yourself a really solid starting point on how your main images and the rest of your listing images should look. I hope that this video helps give you a boost in your click-through rates. Thank you for watching my video. I'll see you on the next one.